of the largest fintech conferences in the Middle East. And here with you, Anna, co-founder of Telegram, and our guest, Magnus Grimeland, who is founder of Antler, one of the most active startup investors and incubator in the world. Great to have you here, Magnus.
Excellent. Great to see you. Great to see everyone.
So can you tell us about your background? What did you do before starting Antler?
Yes, my background, I come from Norway originally, grew up there, went to high school in the UK at United World Colleges, Atlantic College, went from there to the military where I served in the Naval Special Forces in Norway. After the Special Forces, went to Harvard for college. After Harvard, joined McKinsey, worked with McKinsey all across the globe. And then I left McKinsey to set up my first company called Zalora.com, which is the biggest fashion e-commerce business in Southeast Asia. We sold that back in 2015 to Global Fashion Group. They later IPO'd in Frankfurt. And I set up Antler, which actually focuses on investing into the next generation founders. And yeah, we really want to back people from day one. So if anyone is listening to this, if you're in the process of building a business, then go on Antler.co and apply to be a founder.
So how was it changed from the first consulting in a Big Four company, then into starting your own startup and now investing into others?
Well, I think the most exciting thing in the world is building a business, right? The world needs the most powerful people, the most driven people, the smartest people to spend their time innovating and solving real problems. And that's what we are working on. So we look at finding incredible people and just backing them in whatever they want to build. And we now get about, last year we got 65,000 applicants. We backed almost 350 new companies. This year we plan to make 400 plus investments into new companies. To answer your question very directly, I can't see anything that is more exciting to work with.
And what are your focus areas of investments?
We invest in people, so we back people in whatever they want to build. Specifically, since you're looking a lot into the Web3 space, we've done a lot in that space as well. We do really like infrastructure projects, so people are using technology to solve real problems and building the infrastructure for Web3. We have offices now in 26 countries across 6 continents. So chances are, if you're listening to this, we'll have an office pretty close to you. So if you're building something within this space, definitely reach out. But in the end, we are industry agnostic. We just want to back great founders in building where they see great opportunity to solve a real problem. Because in the early days, business models will always keep changing, right? So if you're a really early stage investor, you can't be too focused on the industry because you just got to find the best people and back them.
So what's the challenge for you to find those people, those great people, those great teams when it's so much early?
So,
What's your criteria?
We look for people having a spike, so meaning that they're great at something. We look for people with a ton of drive. We look for people with grit, people who don't give up when the going gets tough. And a lot of these people we find have built something great before, now they want to build a second thing. Or they've been part of building something great before, they might not have been the founder, and now they want to spin out and build their own thing. But ultimately, those are the 3 things we look at. So we back people from all types of backgrounds, as long as they have a clear spike, ton of drive, and the necessary grit to make something real happen.
And geographically, do you see concentration of the talent in any specific regions?
I think, not so much concentration, but obviously in certain countries, people are working on different things than in others. So some locations like, big parts of Africa, for example, is more proven models. So you're building tech platforms that have already been launched in the US or in China or other places. But if you go to the UK or places like Dubai or Singapore, you also have a lot of real innovation happening where you're using new technologies to solve completely new problems. That's kind of most of the differences we see. Now, in terms of talent, the countries that tend to do really well are the ones that can combine local talent with global talent. So being able to attract people from all across the globe is insanely important. And in some places there are more of that than other. But typically places that are too close to bringing in foreign talent, they don't end up doing as well as the places who are more open to bringing in the very best from all across the globe.
And how do you see here developments in the Middle East and Dubai? I heard you backed 5 startups here.
Yeah, I mean, the region is growing like crazy. We already started backing companies there. It has this advantage of attracting great talent, being a big region as a whole, like you can really address the whole region and hundreds of millions of people. And then lastly, it's also a place where you can serve the world, right? So you can build $10 billion, $100 billion plus companies here, serving the entire world. And that has really started to happen, right? When I first started coming here, which is, I think the first time I ever came here was like back in 2009. The tech ecosystem was very small. And then when I started working here a bit, I did some work here with Namshi, which is one of the big fashion e-commerce companies there, 2015, 16, 17. Then it had already started to become pretty big. And now it's a very thriving ecosystem. Like we were just looking at this very specific industry of fintech today, and there's already $15.8 billion worth of portfolio value only here in the region. And that's just one industry. So if you start looking at all the other ones, it's grown like crazy. So I think that it's the right opportunity now to build here.
Yes, true. Yeah. And you as well invest into crypto, Web3 startups. So can you tell when your engagement with crypto started, how did you discover it, and which year was it?
So I've been looking into it since like 2014, 15, but I really only started doing something in it in 2017.
In Singapore?
Yeah, in Singapore, 2017. And yeah, I've been investing actively since 2017 in the space. And Antler has been investing actively in it since 2018. And we have, I think, more than 30 Web3 companies in our portfolio. I'm very excited to back more. We do mostly like to back like really infrastructure projects that are using the technology to solve really real problems. So we've done less in the kind of pure token area, but very excited about what's happening in the DAO space, the NFT space, and also just backing companies that are using the technology to solve problems that are currently solved in the Web2 space, right? So for example, we have the company now that I was looking at, which tracks the origins of diamonds and then built blockchain technology to do that and put art and a lot of other things on the chain. I think the carbon energy transition market is very exciting. So there's a lot of kind of traditional industries where you now can use blockchain for real to solve very important problems. So excited about it.
So mostly you invest into companies which are connected to traditional stuff, and then they implement blockchain, or do you invest
We do
very tech companies?
We do very tech companies as well. That's the biggest strategy that we have.
Someone's?
I think Pekala, I think it's a great one out of Germany. I think the founder is actually here right now. Super cool platform. They use AI and blockchain to train hundreds of different bots that have different trading strategies, and they built the whole token around private wealth management now utilizing their technology, basically. So that's kind of one example where the technology they're building and the algorithms that they're building is truly unique. So that's very exciting. I mentioned the other one I talked about earlier. We have a big one out of Southeast Asia called Sanpool, which does it's B2B payments infrastructure. If you go on antler.co, the website, click on Web3, and you will see all of our portfolio companies.
Okay, and as well you mentioned a combination of AI and blockchain, but AI is quite hot topic right now, so do you still actively invest into different AI startups, and what are other prominent AI startups?
AI has been a very exciting technology for a long time. Like we already have 100 AI portfolio companies, and we're investing actively in a ton more. So I think the only thing that really changed with AI over the last few months is it really captured the public imagination, right? So the technology has been very powerful for a while right now, and we actively investing in it, and we'll invest more into it.
And what are the biggest problems which AI startups can tackle, in your opinion?
I mean, the most exciting ones are, I think, deep tech, health tech, literally using AI to solve some of the world's largest problems, right? Like, clean energy, better preventative health care, treatment for diseases. That's incredibly exciting because it will just make the world a better place. Second big area is anything that leads to higher productivity. So the world becomes better when productivity becomes better. And that's how we kind of grow and scale economies. And that's very exciting. And then the third is obviously probably what is going to be the biggest category, which is, building on top of these platforms and these new technologies, right? Where you can just make people's life more exciting, simpler, easier, more entertaining. So these are kind of broadly kind of three categories. I'm very excited about all of them.
And you mentioned as well that you lived before for a bit in Ukraine when you worked with McKinsey. Do you invest as well into any Ukrainian startups or Ukrainian founders?
I mean, we don't have a setup there right now, but we backed a lot of Ukrainian founders. So, there's tremendous amount of really smart people coming out of there. It's obviously very sad what's going on right now, and we hope for a speedy resolution. But it's an insane amount of really smart people, a great education system. People are very hungry, ton of spikes, ton of drive, ton of grit. So we love backing Ukrainian founders.
Yeah, hopefully maybe one day you will have office there.
Yeah, hopefully.
And can you share as well from your experience first as a founder when building your startup, what challenges did you face and what did you learn? So what experience can you transfer and what can you advise to other current startup founders to succeed with their businesses?
Yeah, one, spend time finding a co-founder. Two, spend time validating your business model. Three, front load, spend real time getting things off the ground. Like the first couple of years of building a business, you should only spend time on that. Like put everything else away. Because if you can't create that early momentum, your company won't turn into anything. Learn to hustle and never give up, right? I think a lot of founders just give up too early and that's why their company failed. But if they persisted, they would have found a way around different problems and they would have been a really great big company.
Yeah, that's a great advice. Never to give up. Thank you for such interesting conversation.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Great to see you.